What is the only way to make money mowing? Yeah, what is the only way to make money mowing? I'm waiting for you to answer. By consolidating your properties. What does consolidating mean? Putting them all in the same area, grouping them all together, where your vehicle is stationary and your mowers are going from one house to the next, to the next, to the next. That's the only way you're gonna make good money. Not, you're gonna make a lot of money mowing, okay? Now, yes, you can get an apartment building and go out there and mow the apartment building, right? But the issue is because they're bid, you have to rebid them every year. When you get those apartment complexes and they always want the cheapest person. And time for the bid, and you come up too high, what they're gonna do? They're gonna get rid of you. All right? I'm saying in the worst case scenario, okay? But if one homeowner drops you, then you have the other ones to fall upon. So, consolidating your property is the only way for you to make good money mowing. And how do you do that? Well, anytime you mow a house and you finish, the first thing you do is you drop your card, you put out your door hanger on 3 to 4 houses to the left, to the right, and in front, depending on where you're at. That is a way to do it. Now you may say, well, Johnny, what happens if the customer is mowing their own property? You still drop it there, because people go on vacation. People tend to, especially in my area, when it comes to the hot summer, they don't want to go out there and mow their lawns. So what they do, they end up picking up a service. And once they pick you up, you do such a great freaking job that they can't get rid of you, right? And what happens is you end up taking over the property. So that is the way you do it. Every time, what I do is I take my business card and I just drop it in front of their front door mat. That's it. Regular business card. And my business card, all it has is my name. Where do I have one around here? Well, keep it in mind that right now I'm not in the process of picking up customers. But here's my business card. Yep, make sure it's right side up. And guys, all I have is my name, my website, telephone number. That's it. That's it. And in the back, I have the QR codes to my major social media, right? That's it. That is it. That is it. People know that lawn care personnel do everything. The goal is to market mowing. And once you get the property, then you can upsell. Okay? What's going on, guys? My name is Johnny. I'm the owner of Blaze of Grass Lawn Care, and this spring I'm doing a no edit spring. That means that once I put this GoPro on me, you're going to see everything that I do. You're going to see all the hiccups. Everything that I do is going to be a POV style. Sometimes I talk over it, sometimes I don't. But yeah, what I'm using a battery powered Toro Grandstand Revolution 48-inch. And the Makita battery held products. So yeah, everything that you need to know is in the video description. So yeah, what am I mowing? I'm mowing centipede grass, and right now at a height of 3 inches on this particular one, and I will keep it at 3 unless the customer requests to bring it up higher. Sometimes I bring it up to 3.5. It depends on the condition of the property. Most of my customers don't they let me do what I want to do. So because I do good work as far as the height. Okay. All right, let's put you on that spot. So yeah, so today I'm going to be mowing in my location. Right now we are doing bi-weeklies, and there you go. Oops. There you go. You should be able to see. I'm sorry for my hands. I just got to make sure that you are positioned right. Bring it up this way. You can see. There you go. All right. First thing is first. Let me put my sun shade. It is currently 82 degrees in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. Yep, 82 degrees. And let me get my music, my ISO tunes, guys. Try these out. These are super fantastic. I have the one to go over your ears and also have the earbuds. Link in the video description as well. That's where I keep my music. And as I said, I'm starting a little bit later today because it rained. It rained, and let me see, bring you guys up just a little bit. There you go. This should be good. So this is the house right here that I'm going to mow. This one right here. I don't fertilize or anything. All I do is mow it. That's it. That's all I do here. So oops, let me get this out the way. And I'll get rid of that. But yeah, so let's get hot. First thing is first, let me grab, and these are the other ones that I wear over the ear. Grab my gloves and open. All right, these are Equipment Defender racks, and again, code and everything is in the video description. So because I'm talking to you guys, let me mow first. I'll mow first and then I'll edge, because it just rained, right? So I want to make sure that I edge last. And why is that? Because I don't want to crack. You know, when you edge, you pull up the mud, and then you mess around and mow after you edge, then you're going to be tracking the mud. You're going to messing up that mud. Even though you try not to drive on the edges of the lawn, you tend to do it anyway. All right, so let's put this at 3 inches. Beautiful scene, right? Look at that. That is beautiful. And we are mowing. the back is just little weeds here and there, so I usually take that down to 1.75, and this way it'll look good. Miss a little spot over here, so bring it back up to 3. That's it. All right, now I will edge it. If you guys notice, I didn't lock my truck. That's because I'm right there, and it's pretty quiet anyway. Now when it comes to edging, I could have easily used a string trimmer and edge, or edge it with this stick edger, but I feel like edging it with the stick edger. Now if it was real soggy and wet, then I would have used a string trimmer, because this one tends to kick up mud, but I have it set where I'm only hitting the turf and not the mud. All right, so I turn it on. See, just a little bit. And you would say, why don't you just go that way? That's because this is their property. And believe me, I've done this many times around here. People are very picky. And remember, you do it backwards so you don't want the edger to kick the rocks and break that glass door. And then when you're here, you do it nice and slow. And then you pick it back up. I do apologize for the wind. It is very windy. Now the trimming is going to be the lightly trim all the way around. Because we are still in that semi-dormant stage of the lawn. All right. Still got all that power. Put it on one. current string that I have on my trimmer, I don't like it, but I'm not wasteful. The reason I keep using it because I wanted to kind of use it out, and then I can switch it. It's funny how when you want your string to kind of finish, the thing takes a sweet time, but when you don't want it to go, it pops real quick. Here you got to be very, very careful. They had a border, but the border kind of fell down, so they're gonna pick it up. I used to kind of trim it, but then with the rocks you can't edge it. So once I pick up the border, it'll look better. And this yard has a lot of poa, but it'll burn off soon. Here you go. That is it. So let's see how much power we used. See, we're still at 4. So I edged it and blew it with this 5-amp battery, and I'm still at 4. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to deplete this one with the blower. Let me see which way the wind is blowing. Oop, like this way. I work with the wind, not against it. It's funny, right? Anytime you start mowing, then somebody else want to come out and mow. And I'm only using the low speed right now. This is low. And this is fast. Well, let me show you guys before I go on the other side. There you go. Then I'll blow the porch. And you wonder why I blow the porch, guys? It's just a courtesy. You know, why not? All done. All done. Now let's see how much battery power we use. 1 bar. See that? All that work, 1 bar. Not bad, right? And by the way, the next one that I'm about to do after this one is right over there. Yep. All right. I used to do this one all the way to last week, but they have new homeowners. So what I did is the past owner gave them my card, and what I did is I dropped a card over to on their side with a little note that said, you know, we can start your service tomorrow, because I'm always in this area. All right. So that is it, guys. That is it. Thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Like, share, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you on the next one. Pop Smoke.